but he came a long way. You have to do whichever you do well and work on that. So what he does well is he got a good left hook. He's compact. You know what I'm saying? He's strong. So he can come forward, but he got to get some head movement. You got to get off the line like he coming in face first.
Well, you know, I think he fought him. I think he fought him like he didn't respect him.
Real talk.
Yeah. Low key, he fought him like he just pulled up his profile and like we'll pull up a fighter profile. Like, this I'm fighting this weekend.
The bump of the butt. Right.
Right. But it's like he fought him like he didn't respect him. I mean, he didn't have the power anyway. So I think, but he's 25. I think you still shouldn't be, and I agree at that age. You should be wiping guys out. Even I'm not mad at the fact that it took 10 rounds.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'm mad at the fact that the way you look on route to get there. Like,
Right.
you fought him like, I know I can do it.
Yeah.
And when guys fight like they know they can do it, I can let them punch me all in the face. I can let them jab me to death. I can let them check hook me to death. I can let them uppercut me every time I come in wide open blindly. He fought him like he knew he couldn't do anything to him. But that's why I said I give him more respect in his win, of course, over Berlanga, because Berlanga could have gotten in the ring and did him.
True.
M got in the ring and did him.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. He did him. Berlanga didn't do him. Berlanga was walking away. He was walking away from the action. He wasn't following up. He would make Argulo miss, but wouldn't follow up. He'll slide his way out and spin out.
It's because he felt that power. He felt that power.
Bro. He didn't want to take that.
I think it's the conditioning too. I don't think it's conditioning up there. I don't think it's conditioning there either.
He was 166. I mean, Argulo came in overweight. He had to make weight the morning of. So
yeah,
he was in shape. No, it's a skill set. He got a new trainer though. He got a new trainer, and I think that's pretty much the difference. Like right now, I don't know what they're trying to do with him. But he said they was working on cutting off the ring, and I ain't see none of that though.
He didn't do none of that. I ain't
see none of that. I ain't see none of that. So I don't know.
Yeah. He looked more like getting out of the corner.
Real talk. Like I'm with Walt. His face was beat up. Like if you looked at who looked like they was in the fight, he looked like he was in the fight.
He wasn't
even marked. He barely marked. Yeah.
He needed my guy Stitch in the corner, man. He needed Stitch to tighten him up.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna start with Hamid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, he's stationary. He doesn't move. He just stays in the pocket. And Jimmy Kelly was tattooing that face. He was. You know what I'm saying? He was doing this thing, and he was doing so well. I was like, okay, this might be an upset, but to Dolla's point. He just don't have that pop, that's threatening. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, McGear can stay in the pocket. He can take the hits and all that because he's not doing it to him. And what do I always say? What beats a power puncher? And what you beat a power puncher by having a chin and having skills. If I can take your power, what else do you have? And that's what Berlanga and Mugia have. They have power, but they don't have shit in the toolbox. They don't have nothing. They don't have shit. You know what I'm saying? Mugia got that left hook. Okay, we got it. Berlanga got that power. We got you. What else can you do against that top tier? And that once they in 168 and 160. I think in 160 for McGear's sake, I think Erislandy Lara would get at him. I think Demetrius Andre would get at him. And because
go down the list.
Yeah. 158. You know Benavidez would get at him. You know Charlo would get at him, man. And
Andre Durrell.
Dang.
We'll get at Ivy Andre.
No, Andre.
All right.
Dang.
Yeah, Andre Flint Towns on stand up. Flint Towns on stand up. You know what I'm saying? So
it'd be a good fight. It'd be a good fight.
It'd be a good fight. Maybe
it'd be a good fight.
Andre Williams, he slipped later on in the rounds, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good fight.
Bro, that was my KO of the year. What Anthony Durrell did last year.
Yeah,
that was crucial. That was crucial.
Yeah.
That's a lot of things I wasn't impressed with both fighters. I agree they both need work, a lot of it, especially defense. You know what I'm saying? Because if they don't get no defense, they're gonna be like this man right here in the later years. You know what I'm saying?
You out of control, bro.
Yeah, looking for that one punch, and when that one punch is not there,
lights out. Yeah,
lights out.
Lights out.
Lights out. So yeah, but I'm keeping it short. You know, this episode short. You know, I just wanted to talk to y'all. You know, it's always a blessing to talk to y'all. Y'all some boxing minds just like me. You know what I'm saying? I just had to get everybody's opinion on the boxing this past weekend and the International Hall of Fame. So hold on.
Before you sign off, though, it's that big fight this weekend. Everybody's give a quick prediction. Yeah, everybody give a quick prediction.
Angel
which I think don't happen. Yeah, that's a big fight.
I don't do predictions yet. No predictions.
Oh, those predictions. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do that another time. But fireworks, bro. Fireworks.
I want y'all to really think about this because this is a big fight. I'm dead serious. I want y'all to really think about it. Do y'all homework.
And what about boxing?
See what y'all think. What's the strength and what's the weakness of each fighter? I want y'all to really do that. Don't just say, "Yeah, I think this and I think that." No. We're gonna do something.
What about boxing? What about boxing showing out in 2022? Trying to get their name back.
Real talk.
Yes.
Fight after fight, week after week. Like, you know, the age-old debate, not age-old, but the recent debate, UFC and boxing. And while UFC has grown tremendously and is a huge entertaining sport, boxing reigns supreme. It reigns supreme. Like when it's on, it can't compete because of its impact. Like fighters, a guy from somewhere you don't know, Spain might fight, and that country gets behind them. You know what I'm saying? Like the entire country. So people fighting for different territories and land. Like UFC is just it's a bunch of skilled fighters, you know, from different places, right? You know what I mean? But it's not as international. Like it don't touch as many homes as something like boxing. So the biggest fight in UFC, you know, I'm not sure how much it could compare as far as to reach. And I'm talking reach and what reigns supreme as far as popularity. I'm not talking about what I like more or not, you know, but as far as popularity, I think boxing is kind of making its way back, like to that, you know what I mean? It's making its way back. And I think local TV got a lot to do with that. Like them coming back to like airwaves got a lot to do with that.
UFC don't even fight enough. Like they be having like 7 or 8 fights.
That too.
They don't even fight enough to, you know,
to
compete.
It's like 50 different leagues too. It's like 50 different leagues. You know.
You know what? I think boxing would officially be back if ABC would pick it back up. On Saturdays.
Correct. I agree.
Or CBS. Or CBS.
Yeah, something like that though. CBS. Something like that. Yep. Something like that. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But as far
as it gotta be on regular
like,
TV.
Yeah.
As far as like the culture though, the culture love UFC.
Technical difficulties with K Will again, but we need one big fish of the fight to close it out.
They just don't know enough boxers. You know what I'm saying? They don't know enough of them.
K Will, you was out again, my brother.
Okay, I'm back. Go ahead.
Okay. We just need one big fish of a fight to close the show and not end UFC's run, but solidify that boxing is back. We already know what fight that is. I ain't even have to. We don't got to say the name. We already know what fight we talking about.
I'm gonna say 2, maybe 3. We need a heavyweight undisputed. We need a heavyweight undisputed. We need a heavyweight. I don't care who wins. We need that to happen. Like they need a heavy, because where heavyweight goes, that's where everything goes, bro. Look, hopefully an American heavyweight win and it turn into something. But you know, a heavyweight one, and we need Spence Crawford. We need that more than anything in the world, probably.
That's
real talk.
That's the one. That's the one.
I think Joshua. If Joshua wins, a Joshua and Wilder fight is still a big fight. I mean, it's still
a big fight.
It's still a big fight.
It's a big fight.
And
it's a big fight.
When the big guys fight, it's always, it's always an event. The big guys about to do it right. It's gonna be fireworks. It's guaranteed. So
Romello ain't trying to hear that, bro.
I mean, I feel him, but in a sense, I don't. I mean, I know how I feel when I watch a heavyweight title fight, especially if it's for all the belts. It's a big fight.
Well,
I still want to see it.
Do y'all think they'll give us Virgil and Boots?
Ooh, that's a boxing fan fight right there, bro. That's a boxing fan fight.
That's two dudes that ain't afraid to let their hands go too.
That'll be fireworks. That'll be
Virgil. He'll stand there and exchange.
So before you go on, so you said Dolla, you saying Joshua and Wilder?
Mm-hmm. Still,
that's a big fight. That's a big fight.
Yeah. Today.
I don't like it, but it's a big fight.
If they said they was fighting, if they said they was fighting in South Africa tomorrow, it's gonna sell out.
Yes, bro. It's on, bro.
I want to see it.
Yes.
I want to see it because at this point, they both got adversity situations. They both been at the top of the mountain for many years. You know what I'm saying? So losses. They got adversities and all that kind of stuff, and they both got skill flaws. So that means a good fight. It's kind of like
I think it's a big fight, even if they don't have the belts. You see what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree.
Like the fight for who should get a chance at the belt is a big fight between them two. You know what I mean? It's just a big fight.
It ain't no difference than Pacquiao and Mayweather to me when they did fight, because everybody wanted that fight way before that.
Everybody.
Right, but
we wanted that, right?
Right, but when you got it,
Joshua and Wilder, and what was that? 18, where they both was undefeated and they both was hot. You know what I'm saying? That's what we wanted.
But my point is, but when you did get it, it's still that with Floyd made 240 or something like that. Like it still was the fight, and it wasn't even at their peak level. That's what I'm saying. If you've been waiting for years to still see the fight, I mean, Terrence Crawford and Spence don't fight right now. If they fight 5 years later, you still gonna watch that fight because you've been wanting to see that fight. You still gonna want to watch that.
Proof of that is Roy Jones versus Mike Tyson. You know how many
people
watch that, bro?
Real talk.
And paid to see that, bro.
Real talk.
I knew that was gonna be trash. Listen, I knew that was gonna be trash. I paid for it, and it was an exhibition,
bro. K-Will, I said that to Dolla on our first episode of Undisputed Split. I said that you was like, he did the same thing I'm doing about Wilder and Joshua. That shit.
I did. Hey, you know what? Hey, I did because it's that fight I don't want to see it, but I want to see it. I'm going like,
these guys is 50 years old, 50 plus though.
Yeah, it's not.
Wilder and Joshua's not 50 plus. They're still like fit boxers. They still at the top. Do you think Wilder got anything left in the tank? Let's put that on the tank.
See, you go in there, bro. You go in there. We in the rabbit hole now, fellas.
Tyson Fury beat it out of him. No, he doesn't.
What you think, Walt? What you think, Chew? What y'all think?
We got something to prove, man. He got a little bit more in this tank, especially against Joshua. He's up for Joshua. He always wanted to fight him. He already knows if you touch him, it's gonna be over with.
Joshua.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think Joshua could be probably one of the best heavyweights right now. But when he breaks character, and he always do, especially against the Usyk fight, he always do. When he breaks character, he's easy. You know what I'm saying? Just like Eddie Ruiz did to him the first fight. If I could get that Joshua second fight against Eddie Ruiz all the time, if I could get that, Joshua would beat anybody. I don't know about Fury, but because Fury brings something different to the element. But he could beat anybody else. If I could get that Joshua.
I can't say that. I can't say that. No. I can't say that.
Eddie Ruiz, the second one?
Yeah, the second one. We did.
Oh,
and he beat him that day. I agree with that. But first of all, Deontay Wilder still got the power, and power always will be, it's the equalizer. So the thing with Tyson Fury is not only is he a good fighter, but he has a good chin. He's able to recover and get up. I mean, he even took bombs to the face and got up. I know the other guy can't take the bombs. and go get up. But no, I know he's not. Ain't no doubt in my mind. He get that bomb, he's out of there. I would too. He get that bomb, he's out of there. He's definitely gonna take more than one.
I knew y'all was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that.
So
I knew he was gonna say that.
that's not the same fight by far. That's not the same fight by far. That's why it's a good fight. Because
no, it's not a good fight because if Joshua box him, if he box Wilder
for 12 rounds,
what I always
for
say
12 rounds
with the power puncher, if you neutralize power by boxing the shit out of him, and Joshua is the better boxer than Wilder. Can we agree on that?
We could agree on that.
He ain't much the right.
He ain't much better, but we can agree on that.
Yeah. We can agree.
Didn't Joshua start late too?
Wait. Are y'all serious right now? Are y'all serious?
No, he's a better boxer than Wilder, but he's not all that great either.
He ain't Tyson Fury.
No, he's not Tyson Fury. No. I agree with you on that.
Right.
But he's damn sure better than Wilder. When you hit this wildly swinging, I'm telling you, he is like George Foreman 74. Big, tall, and can punch. That's it.
Damn. George Foreman?
Hey.
George Foreman?
It's called his man form, dog.
Is I'm lying?
Yeah,
He's more skilled than Foreman.
Low key, he better make sure he don't lose his next fight. I think the Usyk can beat him. I think he in trouble.
He's gonna be in trouble.
I don't know what he gonna do to be able to beat him. Man. Like real talk. Like
Usyk is better than him. All around.
Real talk.
All
around him. Like
Usyk. Okay, Usyk got the better range smarts than Joshua. I agree with that.
And he can take his punches. He can eat his punches.
He's the better puncher.
He's
not really known for power.
It's really about what type of fight. It's really about what type of fight Joshua brings.
Say that again, Shooter?
Yes.
I see he wobbled him several times during that fight. Like he almost got Joshua about it. And he not really known for power. So just imagine.
That's another thing. Like Joshua defense, bro. He got to get some head movement. He don't like to move that jug he got up there,
He's
bro.
a stiff.
And that's it's just, bro. And and the worst thing to do against either fighter. The worst thing to do against either fighter, Wilder, who is a power guy, or Usyk, that's a technician. Usyk a fucking technician. Let's just be clear about that. He a technician. But is leave them a target. That's the worst thing you could do. And until Joshua gets some defense, he can be what you're saying, Romello. He can be. He got the tools, but he got to take that. He got to get another trainer. Is it true he got another trainer? I heard something.
Robert Garcia.
That might help him, bro. That might help him, but he gotta get some defense, bro. Because he can hit. If he hits you, he can lay you out. He gonna lay you out. That uppercut is crucial, but he get hit too much. And he don't got no chin.
Joshua got solid power. It's not like devastating power. It's not that. He's not really known.
That uppercut. That uppercut serious. That uppercut serious.
I mean, that's why I say it's solid. It's cool.
He don't got like a power in it. He not known for power because he not a power puncher, right? Like his jab ain't power. Like with Wilder, everything power. Like he not sitting on every punch. So Joshua not gonna do that. But if he let go, when he sit down, he could lock your ass out. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to see that. I think they 3 years late. I don't want to see it.
I still want to see it.
I still want to see
watching guys. I watch it. Yeah, I got to cover it.
It'll be a big fight, man.
It will.
But isn't it a big fight? Y'all talking about? No, it's not. They lost Sizzle. They both they in that varsity fight. Yeah, you right on that. They both lost Sizzle. They both lost. They both try to get to the climb to the top. Neither one can be fair. Can you agree with that?
This the thing, though. No, wait, hold on. This the thing. I can agree with you that they lost Sizzle, but it's boxing, dog. They only lost Sizzle until they say we fighting each other. And then as soon as they say that, it's all coming back, bro. Because everybody who wanted to see it then, people gonna be talking about it. It's gonna be, bro. Okay, what would happen? We talk about all the time, things that we wonder if it would happen. If somebody told us right now that Jordan was gonna play LeBron to find out who best, we know Jordan old as shit, but we want to see. I'm watching. And with pay-per-view, once you buy it, don't matter if it sucks. It's pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? People watching, bro.
I'm not even a Wilder fan like that, but I think Wilder will knock him out. His punches are so
Now,
wide.
see,
so
I'm not gonna 100% say that.
I think he's gonna knock him out. I think he will knock him out.
I think he can. I think he can, but I'm not about to sit up and act like Wilder just do what he do better than everything and everybody. He gotta that chance too.
He just throw wild punches from all left field.
What if they miss? What if they miss though? He gotta hit it.
He stinks.
What if they miss?
No.
Hey, that was your guy. Hold on, that was your guy.
Man. He too much.
That was your guy, Romello. That was your guy. You don't remember when Fury Wilder 1 happened, me and you got into a chat and I said, listen, bro, don't sleep on Tyson Fury. He know how to fight. He was like, he gonna get knocked out.
He gonna
get knocked out. I said, nah, bro. I don't know if you seen Fury fight. I sent you YouTubes. I'm gonna have to go to the.
No.
Wait, because he was talking about he was going after that Klitschko fight, and it was the worst fight he ever seen and all that.
Yes, bro.
Hold it. K-Will, I gave you your flowers on that. I swear to God, I did. I gave you your flowers because the reason I said that. Because I was watching the Fury and Klitschko, they was moving like Eric Gordon. You know what I'm saying? It was so slow. They was moving so slowly. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said Wilder's gonna knock him out, whatever. Because Wilder is quicker. Because as soon as I saw that fight, but when I saw Fury the first fight, I was shocked.
You hit me up. You hit me up. You did. I was like, I told you, bro.
And I said, I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't see that coming.
Fury is he might be one of the most elusive heavyweights, top 5 elusive heavyweights ever, bro. You got to throw Larry Holmes in there. You got to throw, I can make a list for you. It's a few more, but he up there, bro. He up there.
I could agree with that, but I don't see it. So it won't. I mean, it will sell because they are popular. I mean, especially Joshua in UK and Africa and Saudi Arabia. He's popular over there. And Wilder is still Wilder, I guess. I mean,
you got a statue.
Put some respect on his name. He's from here. Joe Louis got one in Detroit too. He's from here.
Joe Louis should.
Don't disrespect Joe Louis.
Hey, why you disrespecting Joe Louis? He should.
Don't disrespect Joe Louis.
No. I'm not disrespecting the Brown Bomber. I'm not. He's probably the second or the first, arguably with him and Ali, it's the greatest heavyweights of all time. I've never disrespected Joe Louis.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm talking about Wilder. That's who I'm talking about. Yeah, he got a statue where he came up at. Yes, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? Rocky got one.
It's easy to get a statue.
I'm saying Joe Louis trained in the Brewsters. I'm saying Joe Louis trained in the Brewsters, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
so disrespectful, man.
He got a statue.
Rocky got a statue too. He's not even a real fighter.
He's so disrespectful, man.
It's
so
a
lie.
Kareem got a statue. That's easy.
Shots Kareem.
Man, you got a statue. That's easy.
It's nothing.
Is that lying?
No, you tripping. That's what I said. You tripping.
You tripping.
Man, everybody knows it's get a statue. It's because you from there.
That's not even a real person.
True. Why? I'm not about to compare.
That was supposed to be Joe Frazier's statue. Is I right on that?
Joe Frazier got a statue, though.
Joe Frazier got a statue. Joe Frazier got a statue.
In Philly,
got a statue.
Yeah.
Yep, in Philly.
I didn't know.
Show respect.
No. I'm saying. I didn't know that.
You compare
before Joe Frazier, though, right?
You comparing Wilder to Joe Louis?
Right.
That's the problem.
No, I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying.
You actually said similar to Joe Louis and Wilder in front of it. I don't know how to make. I'm not a rocket science.
He is from Alabama. He is from what is he from? Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa. Yeah.
So he is from there. Yeah, it's easy to get a statue there.
No, it's not, man.
He was a heavyweight or something.
This guy like troll.
Yes, it is.
He was a heavyweight champion for what? 5 years? 6 years? How long was he heavyweight
10
champion?
title defenses, 11 title defenses. That's what it's for, bro. It's the title defenses. That's history. He made history with it. Even though he fought me and you, look. Even though he might have fought me and you for
man,
it,
you so
he
disrespectful.
defended titles.
You so disrespectful, man. He beat King Carl twice. He beat King Carl twice, didn't he?
Yeah, that's the name.
He did.
Who else?
I don't know, man. I ain't a Wilder fan. Sure.
You know,
everybody in front of him.
Go ahead, Chewy. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Hey, Will, man.
Maybe everybody you put in front of him besides
real time. That's what. Right.
All right. So, all right. But we just had a whole conversation about Munguia and 40 fights and how that's crazy. So we got to be consistent. That's all I'm saying.
That's true story.
Who he beating though?
I said King Kong twice.
Yeah.
He do got that on his resume. That means you dominate
that man. That means you dominate that man.
And he beat Stavern.
Areola, what's his name? Chris Areola.
Right, yeah. Chris Areola.
Good name.
Yeah. Good name.
You know what? I'm the same way with that Dollar. The same way with Tyson. I'm the same way.
No, I'm saying his first year, he fought people you never heard of, for real. 1985, when we went through the people he fought, and he's had like 18 fights in 1985. You didn't know not one name. I mean, these.
I'm gonna piss you off, Romello.
Right.
Who on Mike Tyson?
That wasn't even that
Tyson resume before 86.
He don't know. Oh, he's gonna say Marvis Frazier. Joe Frazier.
Who Mike Tyson fight?
We know who he is, right?
Who Mike Tyson fight?
Because his daddy. Not because of him. He's a bum. He hit him with 25 shots. I think Larry Holmes, when Larry Holmes fought Marvis Frazier, he hit him with 25 extra shots to the face.
And that's twice on Undisputed
to the face.
Spit. Hold up.
Who get hit?
And that's twice on Undisputed Spit. You disrespected legends. First one was Larry Holmes, and now Joe Lewis. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did not disrespect Joe Lewis.
You did disrespect Joe Lewis.
You said Wilder was better than him.
Yeah, you did disrespect Joe Lewis.
That's not what I said.
You said Joe Lewis got a statue. You said Joe Lewis got a statue. Anybody can get a statue.
That's what you said.
That's what you said.
Okay,
like Joe Lewis got a statue. Like Joe Lewis ain't shit.
Let me rephrase that. I would never be in my life. If I did, I'm sorry. Joe Lewis from the heaven sky. I'm so sorry. I never.
You gotta thank us.
Joe,
you gotta make sure to check that.
man.
But I'm talking about Wilder. Do he really deserve a statue?
He got 10 title defenses. He was heavyweight champion.
You
all
realize
6 years.
like, he may be the what?
Well, yeah, Klitschko in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry. I'm about to disrespect him too.
Is Wilder the greatest athlete?
Is
Wilder the greatest athlete to ever come from Tuscaloosa?
That I know of.
I mean, that's a real question. And it's legit.
I know of.
That's legit, bro. That's legit.
Who he compete against? I mean, I'm sure it's a football player or something like that. No disrespect.
Yeah, for Alabama.
That was a terrible statement.
For sure. It's a ton of football players, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah, it's a ton of them, yeah.
But I think he's considered the greatest athlete that I know of to come from Tuscaloosa right now.
I'm saying
I don't know more.
Okay, let's put it on this level. It's a ton of football players from Alabama that have, and I can't name them like that. He probably got a bigger name than all of them. He probably known more than all of them.
Who else do you know from
Tuscaloosa?
Champion
of the world.
I know.
Right.
That's crazy.
For
that
5-6 years.
A whole lot of weight.
Yeah,
I mean, the best man, the baddest man in the world for years.
Yeah. That's what it means.
That's how people take it. I mean, that's what that means.
That's what it means, bro.
Let's go back to the rewind. When did I disrespect the Eastern and South Africa? When did I do that?
You're going to have to rewind the tape. First of all,
I'm just messing with you.
That's my favorite episode.
I'm just messing with you, though.
That was my favorite episode because that one is supposed to get aired. We had to air that one. No, that one is supposed to get aired, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Chewy and Doug. I'm gonna tell this. Look, we had a discussion, and you go on YouTube, you can find it. I would tag y'all on it.
It's
you know what I'm saying? It's on there, right?
Yeah.
We had the discussion about my top 5 heavyweights from 1980s to present, I put Larry Holmes number 5. And the reason I did
Tell them
that,
who you had in front. Tell them who you had in front.
I had Riddick Bowe in front of him. I had Mike
Riddick
Tyson in
Bowe.
front of him. I had
Riddick
Lennox
Bowe.
Lewis and Evander Holyfield.
See, that's disrespectful.
How that disrespectful?
That's disrespectful. Right?
That's disrespectful.
How? Wait a minute.
That is disrespectful.
I said
That's disrespectful.
Larry Holmes.
Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe.
Riddick Bowe, I'm with you.
Come
right.
on. And you making me sound like I don't like Riddick Bowe, but that's disrespectful to Larry Holmes, bro.
Riddick Bowe, it was one of the greatest trilogies of all time.
He was.
And
Not
what else?
Not them. I'm talking about he was in one of the greatest trilogies, and you can't tell me that.
Larry Holmes.
But
Let me just say it again. Larry Holmes, bro.
7 years.
I mean, well,
Larry Holmes, 7 years.
Come on.
49 fights undefeated. Come on, man.
Come on.
First of all, most of it was that in the 70s too. Most of that. You know what I'm
Man, he bored.
You won't let it. See, that's the
His greatest
disrespect.
victory. His greatest victory.
every time I give you a point, you go to your
You go back.
You go back to the
Double down.
Every time I give you a legit point, you get disrespectful. Every time.
Okay, 1980s. Who did he beat in the 1980s? Not Ken Norton. Not
Look how many. Okay, let me ask you
not
this
them.
before I answer that. Look how many decades you got to go through before you do that. That's what I'm saying.
Riddick Bowe had 3 good years. Who else he fight? He's got the trilogy and what else? All losses.
I mean,
bum.
Who you lose? I mean, who you lose to?
Low key. Wait. Galata beat him twice, like technically.
Galata
if he wasn't
beat
like
him.
crazy and shit, he beat him twice, like for real.
He beat him.
He was beat him up both times.
He did.
Yes.
I mean, he got
He
something
did.
going on with him.
That's
You know,
his point.
he gets stopped at low blows.
That's his point.
He wasn't winning.
That's his point. That's his
Riddick Bowe
point.
wasn't winning.
That's his point.
True.
Man.
Okay, but who else
All
did Riddick Bowe beat?
I know is Riddick Bowe ain't better than no Larry Holmes. He ain't no. I mean,
Real
he
talk.
don't deserve to be on no
He ain't
top
the same
5
class.
over Larry Holmes.
I agree.
If I could get, like I said, if I could get that Riddick Bowe who was in shape against Evander Holyfield 1, he had the power, the boxing skills, the tools. If I could get that,
Man, I'm
Stipulation.
gonna say this.
he would give Larry Holmes. You know what I'm saying? It's competitive.
Would you put that up against like Larry Holmes against like George Foreman or something?
I think
See
Larry,
what I'm saying?
I think Larry Holmes.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what you about to say, Walt? I think Larry
Nothing,
Holmes beat
man.
George Foreman. Yeah, I think Larry Holmes beat George
Yeah,
Foreman.
because he's under the school of the greatest. Yes. He's
No.
No, see you discredit him. That's you discredit him. dog.
Every time,
Every time.
like no matter
Every
what I say.
time,
I'm
bro.
not discrediting Larry Holmes. I like Larry Holmes.
A little
I think Larry
bit.
Holmes would beat George Foreman though, for sure.
Kill him.
I agree with you on that.
I think he got the best job from a
I
heavyweight
said
for sure.
Riddick Bowe is another enigma. If he would just stick to his training and don't eat and all that stuff like that, he would have ran the 90s. He would.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
Maybe.
Bo had the tools. Bo had the power. Bo had the tools.
He did.
Yes.
But we talking about some.
But
what
he
if,
don't
though.
deserve to be on the top 5 ahead of
Riddick
Larry
Bowe
Holmes.
was like a slouch, dog.
But
Bo wasn't
Romello,
a slouch, but he don't deserve to be ahead of Larry though.
Come
Romello,
on, bro.
Riddick Bowe beat Evander Holyfield and who else?
I'm waiting on
Who
that.
else? I mean, to be ahead of this is what I'm saying, to be ahead of Larry Holmes. So Larry Holmes,
Did he be resurrected?
yeah, he beat Razor Ruddy. Who was Razor
Come
Ruddy?
on, man. Come on.
Hey, he was the one that gave Tyson trouble. And I admit that. He gave Tyson trouble the second one.
Razor Ruddy, bro.
Razor ready.
He was in the top.
Wait. But your debate is that Riddick Bowe had a better career than Larry Holmes, right? And
Yeah,
you
we talking top 5.
and you saying
You
who he
say you
fight
like
the
him
80s.
more. I think you say you like Riddick Bowe more.
And you use the Razor Ruddock as one of his like high level fights.
Come on.
No,
Razor
Ruddock at that time was in the top 10.
Out of here.
And we know, Dolla knows this. He knows this because he made me watch that stupid 90 decade list. You know what I'm saying? He knows this. He knows this.
Razor Ruddock.
Razor Ruddock.
He wasn't in the top 10 in that division.
I just need to know this. I just need to know if you really using that as a measure.
That's what I'm saying. Because I wasn't.
That's all I need to know.
I wasn't Jerry Cooney and people like that. Jerry Cooney was the number one contender. I waited.
Hey, you went from Evander Holyfield to Razor Ruddock. That is a stark contrast.
Come on.
No, I'm not. I'm just. That was an add along to Evander Holyfield.
I'm saying, so do any fighter? So this is what I'm asking. Do any fighter on your list matter? Like, can you have a great trilogy and then any other fighter matter? Because that's how I feel about Razor Ruddock, bro. That's like any other fighter. Anybody could have been
him. and furthermore, Riddick Bowe didn't want to fight Les Lewis. Let's just be honest about it.
Hey, he lightweight gave up the belts.
He did give up the belts. It ain't no lightweight. Yeah. He did give up the belts.
I mean, I was trying to be modest. I was trying to be modest.
Yeah, no, he did give up the belts. And Lens took care of him in the Olympics. And Lens took care of him in the Olympics too.
Lens was that WBC champion.
Right.
I got you.
And before that, he beat him in the Olympics too. So
in '88.
In '88, hey.
He ain't over Larry Holmes.
My man didn't want to fight him.
You act like they can't improve from the Olympics.
He didn't want to fight him though.
He didn't want to fight Larry Holmes. Man, he ain't over no Larry Holmes in no top 5. That's all I know. Everything else.
Who did Larry Holmes beat in 1980?
See, you keep. Who did he what? Who did he what?
That was the title from the 1980s. I ain't say overall career. Larry Holmes is better than Riddick Bowe. I give you that.
Man, you hold on. You hold that thought. I'm gonna be right back. I'm about to look it up right now and tell you who he beat in the 80s.
He beat Jerry Cooney. He was the number one contender. Right? He beat Leon Spinks.
That's a big fight with Spinks. Hey, I forgot that was in the 80s.
Hey, Leon Spinks beat Ali. This 81. Hey,
facts.
He beat Leon Spinks.
I forgot that was in the 80s.
He beat Jerry Cooney. He beat Ernie Shavers twice. Right?
That was 70s, dog. That was 70s.
He beat him twice, though. Hey, he beat him twice. How you go this? That's half his career.
That's what I'm saying. And that's the later part of his career. That's the later part of his. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
Yes.
But what was the later part of Riddick Bowe?
I said,
what was the later part of Riddick Bowe?
I ain't saying the 70s.
Hold up. What was the later part of Riddick Bowe?
94 and up. 94 to 96.
See what I'm saying? Who he beat?
2 years.
No, 92 and up. 92 and up.
See,
94 to 96 is his later years. Will he fight 6 years? 7 years? How long he fight?
He fought 91 to 97, I believe.
Oh, he really can't be ahead of Larry.
He can't, man. See, that's what I'm saying. It's making the more you talk, the more sense it makes.
No. Wait.
Let me see.
In 1980s, did he lose to Michael Spinks?
Man, he boxed this long.
Larry Holmes.
He boxed this long. I'm looking at the
2 times. 2 times.
Yeah.
Man, he beat Carl the Truth Williams. He beat Michael Spinks twice. He beat Carl the Truth Williams. He beat David Bay. Don't act like you don't know who David Bay is.
I know. I'm just going with your list. I know exactly who they is.
I'm saying all that list is better than Razor Ruddock. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Carl the Truth Williams.
You gotta take context to error. You gotta take context to error.
Bro. I'm not calling Carl the Truth Williams a great solid fighter. You gave me Razor Ruddock. I gave
Real
you
talk.
Real
talk. And we can't even use the 70s. I mean, he fought like 7 years in the 70s.
Yeah, that's the later part of his career. He just he probably making a living. Boxing was fucked up at the time. He can't make no money.
Man,
he a sideshow, bro.
He fought Jerry Cooney, right?
Real talk.
He did. And smashed him. You remember what he did? Smashed him.
Smashed the shit out of him. I give you that.
So stop putting Riddick Bowe. And all I want is stop putting Riddick Bowe in front of Larry Holmes. That's all I want.
I said from the 1980s. I could do that. Overall career, he's not better than Larry Holmes. I give you that. But from the 1980s to the present, I will go with Riddick Bowe before Larry Holmes.
Even if you use just the 80s, he still is a heavyweight champion longer than Riddick Bowe. Even in the 80s.
And
from 80 to 85.
Facts.
Fight another ball.
He's still the heavyweight champion longer than him.
He's still the champ. That's what I'm saying. He's still the champ.
You gotta beat the champ to beat the champ.
Name one, like, can y'all name one, like,
what else can you do besides be the champ?
something?
I'm saying this. What else can you do besides be the champ to prove your legacy in the 80s? I don't understand.
I said the reason I put him number 5 because of the opponents, his opponents.
And you gave me Razor Ruddock. All right, if the opponents is your argument, and you gave me Razor Ruddock as on the list, then that is not a strong enough opponent. That's all I'm saying.
I gave you a Evander Holyfield.
He had heart problems.
That Larry Holmes beat Evander Holyfield.
Had heart problems.
Which Holyfield?
Was Evander Holyfield 100%? Was he 100%?
Right. I was about to say which Holyfield, because I remember some complications.
Didn't he have heart problems?
Yeah, like see how we getting petty, just making it
super right.
That's how disrespectful you.
I can do the same thing with Larry Holmes. He beat Ali. I can say
what you doing.
The same thing, dog.
I don't even talk about that. That's you bring that up. I don't talk about that.
Yeah, I don't talk about that.
Yeah. You know why? You know why?
I don't want to be disrespectful.
I don't want to bring that up either. We all love Ali. I don't want to bring that up. But he said he had
you bring it up.
Heart problems and all that stuff like that.
Because you use the Holyfield as like the greatest fighter that he fought,
and that's not
really
enough.
Right, and he had heart problems.
What I'm saying,
so I don't want to talk about this no more, man.
No, I do. No, that got me going.
Ridiculous.
I want the stuff to show off.
This is ridiculous, man.
I do.
This is ridiculous.
Okay. Well, then you gotta make it make sense. You gotta make it make sense for us.
I'm about to make it make sense. I'm about to.
Okay.
This your last shot.
You said Larry Holmes was the 8-year champion. I got you on that.
7 years, yeah.
With 7 years, 8 years, whatever, right?
Yep.
Including the 80s. Including the 80s.
5 in the 80s, for sure. Go ahead.
5 years, that's half the decade.
5 in the 80s, for sure.
1980s.
Like, so Riddick Bowe got about 2 years to work with. It just ain't, you
2
can't.
or 3 years.
You know what I'm
He had 3 years to work with. Okay.
5
years.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I can't even believe we having this debate.
Go ahead.
He beat,
all right, go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Larry Holmes beat Mike Weaver. He beat Mike Weaver.
I heard Mike Weaver.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He beat Mike Weaver. He beat Jerry Cooney. He lost to Michael Spinks twice.
85. You skipped it by 5 years.
Yeah, you did. That was the whole
right. You skipped 5 years. Okay.
Yeah, but okay, I feel you.
I told you, Leon Spinks. Say Leon Spinks. Marvis Frazier. You always want to say him, right?
Yeah, David Bates,
right?
Really?
David Bates.
He hasn't been as fast since he got that win against Ali.
He beat Tim Witherspoon, right? He was in top 5. You said Razor Ruddock. Why can't I say Tim Witherspoon? He was a heavyweight champion too.
And you keep acting like Razor
Ruddock was never the heavyweight champion. Tim Witherspoon.
Yes, you keep acting like he was somebody, bro. You keep acting like he was somebody.
Right. Why can't I say Tim Witherspoon? He was a heavyweight champion.
He's somebody, but David Bates trash.
Right. Razor Ruddock. Razor Ruddock lost in the Olympics too.
Look, hear me out. What I'm saying to y'all, all the people y'all name, Evander Holyfield is better than all of them.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Okay.
Well, and Ali's probably better than Evander Holyfield.
Yeah.
Right?
See, man.
Right? I think Ali better than Evander Holyfield. What y'all think?
I think so.
Ali better than Evander Holyfield.
We all know so. But I'm just saying, why you gotta judge me with that? When I prove my point to see why I put Riddick Bowe ahead of Larry Holmes, I said it because it's opponents, right? And I said Evander Holyfield is better than all the people y'all naming Larry Holmes, that he was the 5 years straight or 7 years straight. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give you the 70s because the 70s, he was phenomenal. He beat Ken Norton in a narrow, one of the greatest fights of all time. I give you that, and I can't stand Ken Norton. But he beat Ernie Shavers.
Like Ken Norton, like you say that name like it's just
everything. Not named Joe Frazier to Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? That right hand was lethal, and he got up from it. I give you that.
So you just named. Hold on. So you just named like 3 fights. So if I just like cancel out the Holyfield fights with Riddick Bowe, then what does he have? after the Holyfield fight.
And like 4 fighters you named on that list, Hall of Fame legends.
Right.
Like probably on the Mount Rushmore. They on the Mount Rushmore of boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But if
Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, like come on.
If Riddick Bowe don't have the Evander Holyfield fights, then what does he have? What's his greatest fights? Besides the Evander Holyfield fights?
Man,
that fight was his greatest fight.
That's it?
Yeah.
Does he have one more great fight? Does he have one more great fight in his career?
Just one more.
One more. One more. A knockout. Anything.
I can think of no.
It's a problem.
Y'all
okay. Larry Holmes. He got that one fight with Ken Norton. Okay, he got 2. That's when he was older though.
Man, I don't want to do it. Let's don't do it, man.
I'll get Ray Mercer. Against his best fight against Ken Norton and Ray Mercer. I give you that.
But
that's my favorite fight from him, actually.
So you say Ken Norton and then Ray Mercer. Every time you name a new fighter, that's a good fight you give him credit for. It's another legend, bro. It's another beast.
Ray Mercer's a legend.
Ken Norton.
Really?
Man,
really, man?
Yes, bro.
Man, come on, man.
Ray Mercer?
Look.
Ray Mercer.
Really? Ray Mercer?
Might have. I think Ray Mercer got the most brutalest knockout I've ever seen in life.
We know.
Right, in life.
Facts.
In life.
Facts.
And he's Olympian. And he's Olympian.
And he's an Olympian, bro.
And he's Olympian. That don't mean nothing either.
Really?
The Olympics don't mean nothing either.
Nothing mean nothing.
Anybody can do the
I'm learning. Hold up. I'm learning, Dollar. Nothing.
We disrespect the Olympics?
No, Dollar. Nothing means nothing but Razor Ruddock. Razor Ruddock, the only thing means something. Evander Holyfield trilogy.
No. Bro, I said Evander Holyfield means something.
That's not enough.
And I said we exclude that, then what?
I mean, yeah.
And we can't talk about the heart problem in one of the fights. For real. That was for real. It was for real though, right? It was for real though, right?
That was for real.
I'm talking about the first fight. That was after he had the heart problems and stuff like that.
But it was. Okay. Like I said, this is a terrible. I don't even want to keep going. This is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous, man. Like this is
I think we lost him.
He went nuts. Like this is crazy, man.
Right. Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure the logic that you got there, but I guess the point you're trying to prove, we just don't. Maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I just don't understand.
Man, I'm gonna tell you why you should get it. I said because the objective of my topic, 1980s. Y'all keep going to the 70s and stuff like that. He was phenomenal in the 70s. I got you. I'm feeling you. But in the 80s, his resume was. I mean, it was.
So let me ask you this: Are you only accounting for it when you say in the 80s his resume? I need to know who else these other fighters fought in the 80s. Because if he wasn't fighting them, man, he was the champion. Who the heck was these guys fighting? You know what I'm saying? Like I have to consider all of that with my logic. So if you're not considering that, then I guess I just don't understand where you're coming from with Riddick Bowe on the list over Larry Holmes, and he was the champion until 85. And he was the champion before in the 70s. Like, who else was left? You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
Well, 7 years. Nobody can get it busy.
No, it's 7 years. It's 7 years. Okay.
Like one guy would have to wipe out everybody between 85 and 90, and he would have to beat a bunch, and that didn't happen. I don't name the guy who did that.
Tyson, 86.
And not Riddick Bowe. Yeah, but that's what.
Not Riddick Bowe. Yeah.
And you had Mike Tyson. You had Mike Tyson on that list in front of him, and I didn't flinch. But Riddick Bowe.
No, the reason I put Tyson on there because his popularity.
Not because of his fighting?
Right.
No, right. That's what I said, right.
Disrespectful to Mike. Now you talking about Mike can't fight, man?
The disrespect.
No. Disrespect. I was explaining why I put Mike Tyson there. Everybody know who Mike Tyson is. You see
Man, we all love Mike.
Okay.
Everybody love
Mike. Yeah.
K-Will. Answer this for me. K-Will.
Okay.
Do your kids know who Mike Tyson is?
My kids know who Mike Tyson is.
Yes.
Yes. But they know my kids know who Mike Tyson is from The Hangover more than they know him from the 86 and 87, The Ring. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
just saying, just being honest.
Yes or no?
Just being honest. I'm not talking about that don't mean nothing to me towards his boxing, career. Like I know who he is. I'm just saying as far as my kids, they know him more from like TV, movies, and who is that, Dad? Oh, he was a boxer.
He's a celebrity.
Like, they hear the legend of Mike Tyson. They know the legend of Mike Tyson.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying about Wilder. That's when you be disrespectful about him. When you the heavyweight champion of the world, everybody know you. You are the most popular athlete in the world.
You are.
And when you the heavyweight champion for years, plural, more than one.
Can you say what's he beat Bums?
Henceforth.
No, Wilder. Was Wilder beating Bums?
Was Riddick Bowe beating Bums?
Wilder got a trilogy with Tyson Fury. Wilder got a trilogy with Tyson Fury, and he beat King Kong. Right. There you go. He should be in top 5 in 2000.
What is Riddick Bowe's title defense? What's Riddick Bowe's title defense? You say what?
You have to win.
You say what?
You have to win. You have to win. Correct? Draws not win. I always say that. A draw's not win. And I lost that trilogy if he ain't win one the fight.
Man, he knocked him down in every fight.
My question was,
and he got cheated in the second fight.
Say that again?
No, my question was, I don't even want to go down that road.
My question was, who was Riddick Bowe's title defenses?
I think his title defenses against Larry Donald. I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up.
But did you say Larry Donald?
Yeah, that's the one I can think of on top of my head.
And that's the only title defense that you can think of?
Shit, Holyfield, he did a title defense. He lost though. He lost.
Exactly. Right. So we don't want to use that, right? Right. So
it's not fair. You're not being fair.
Yeah, I mean he had one good year. I think he's had one good year, like 92 and 93. I think everything else he probably above. And he didn't want to fight Lennox, and Lennox was at the top, and he was a champion too.
Actually,
right. So why didn't want to fight him? Did he not want to fight him? What you think about that part?
He didn't. He didn't want to fight him. He didn't.
For sure.
He was a WBC contender. He was.
See, that mattered.
Real talk. What y'all think before we sign off, man? Y'all gotta say something, man.
Before we signed up, okay, we let our we let our emotions, because we went from a past episode to now it resurfaced. We gotta ask Chewy and we gotta ask my brother Walt Dub, you know what I'm saying? We gotta ask y'all too, man. What do y'all think? I'm gonna start with Chewy with that.
And y'all heard all the evidence too, man. What y'all think, man?
Yeah, we need a mediator.
Right.
It's kind of hard to put Riddick Bowe above Larry Holmes when he was so dominant for so long. Like, I understand, like, he probably didn't have the names in the 80s that you would want to see, but I think that is the totality of his overall career. He's been champion for 5 out of the 10 years. Like, that's way more, than Riddick Bowe has to offer. I think that Riddick Bowe at his peak, him beating Holyfield, that's a great win, but honestly, I wouldn't put him over Larry Holmes in my top 5 for sure.
Me either.
I love you, Van.
What you think, String?
And the thing is, I used to like Riddick Bowe a lot, man. But I was waiting around on him to have big fights and win big fights, and it never happened. So it's like, Larry a legend, man. Larry was a pure legend, and I can't.
It's not even close, man.
It's not even close.
It's the Eastern Assassin is a legend, Hall of Famer. I got y'all on that. Right. 7-year champion. I got you on that too.
Right.
Yeah, he's a legend. And we going with all time. He's smoking Riddick Bowe. I got you. Yes, I agree with that. He was the protege of the GOAT. We know this, right?
Right.
So, what I was saying from the 1980s, I did not say overall career. I didn't say that. I said from 1980s to present. That's what I'm saying. And all the people that Larry Holmes beat, Mike Weaver and all the Jerry Cooney and Tim Witherspoon and all them is not seeing Evander Holyfield. That's
but the only other names you got is Larry Dolla and Razor Ruddock besides Evander Holyfield.
That's
Larry Dolla. Right. You ain't got Larry Dolla is a fucking bum, for sure.
Bum. Now he a bum.
Okay. And Razor Ruddock. What's his other title in the picture? You just named like 4 or 5 people that's legitimate people.
And not only that,
I look at the list.
Not only that,
I can't think of the top of my head.
Not only that,
that's the one on the top of my head. I gotta Google that.
Not only that.
What you think about that?
Not only that, when you talk about the 80s, you talk about the 80s as if 80 to 85 just didn't happen. Do they not count toward the 80s? Is all I'm asking.
Who you want to beat? Who you want to beat?
This about to end it all.
Before you even get to who you want them to beat, when you count in the 80s, are you only counting that small window after 85? Because if you count anything before, you have to consider that he reigned supreme for 5 of them years. The 80s is a decade. That's 10 years.
Okay. Y'all know heavyweights were suffering in the 80s, though, right?
Hey, man, I don't hear that. I don't hear that.
That's not nobody.
I want to hear that.
Yeah,
I want to hear that.
Is that right? Is that a fact? What division took over? And you know that. Y'all know this. Welterweight and middleweights, because of the 14 took over that. Heavyweights went shit until this man came along. The heavyweights went shit, and y'all know this.
It wasn't shit because only one heavyweight champion. That's what you're saying.
He wiped them out.
Because he wiped out the division.
The 70s, he wiped them out, bro.
Right. Whoever was left, everybody.
He did.
Everybody.
In the 1980s, Dolla, you always say the heavyweights wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing until this man came.
I ain't never said that.
How about that?
You did say that.
Okay. How about this, Romello? But I'm a believer that trilogy's not just special because people fought 3 times. I think it's something that make the trilogy special. You know what I mean? How many? And that's the competition in the fight. How many times did Larry Holmes get in a fight where you thought it needed to be seen again?
But him, only fight I can see.
I can think of like 3. But how many? It's not many.
And I can think of one as the most obvious one. It's against Ken Norton. That should have been a replay.
That's one of the best fights I ever seen in my life. That's one of the best fights I ever seen in my life.
I agree with you on that. I'm not saying you're not going off that. I got you. That's the only one I can think of should have been a trilogy, maybe, because it was so close. It was so close.
Yeah, that's it. But other than that, man, he wasn't even in. There was no need for a trilogy. You can't just have a trilogy because you want to have a trilogy. Like, it got to make sense. I don't even know. The only reason that Riddick Bowe and Holyfield made sense, like you said, Tyson was in jail. Nobody was there. It's the only reason they even made sense.
Yeah. Because Riddick Bowe number 2 in the, because Evander Holyfield beat Buster Douglas, right, and came undisputed, and Riddick Bowe came the number 1 contender.
Yeah. So again,
Tyson went to jail. Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. So again, my question when we talk about the 80s, and you use the trilogy, like everything, all your info that you use,
everything's about this trilogy.
Like, yeah, bro, and it's lopsided to, when you put it's lopsided. Your list, it seemed like one-sided.
And one of the fights, like I said,
hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
Remember the episode we talked about the Ali and what was the greatest Ali victory between Rumble in the Jungle and Thunder Manila? And what did I say? You got to have a rivalry or a trilogy or something like that. And
a rivalry, yes. A trilogy, I don't know.
No, I don't agree with that. Right.
That's a trilogy rivalry.
Everybody fight the same person 3 times in their career.
No,
that's not. Everybody doesn't do that.
Yeah, and it's not necessary for. It's not necessary for
to fight somebody 3 times.
That's
No.
Right,
that's
not no
boxing,
more.
though.
Right.
Ali fought Joe Frazier 3 times, right?
Right.
For
I'm
a
not saying this
reason.
never happened.
Right.
To
Yeah,
get
for a reason.
look, the first time to get the belt, the second time to listen though, the first time to get the belt, the second time to defend the belt, the third time to get it back.
Yeah. And
Right.
All that makes
Right.
sense. It wasn't just like I'm gonna fight you again because I don't know if I lost.
No.
Or I don't know if I won.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Riddick Bowe and Vander Holyfield fought because it was a clash.
nobody else was there.
Because he's a mandatory.
I get you on that.
He's a mandatory. Riddick Bowe is his mandatory. He's number one contender.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So when they fought, first of all, he was a mandatory. The first fight was a classic. Y'all can't tell me it wasn't no classic.
No, it was.
Yes,
It was.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was
It's a classic. Yes.
And it was to the death. You know what I'm saying? And all that. They was duking it out. Bo got the edged him. Then the second fight, that's when my man flew through the sky or whatever and fucked up the shit and it was a delay. But then Holyfield got his revenge win, you know what I'm saying, against him. Against Riddick, you know what I'm saying? So it had to be a third fight.
one. And say the third one. What happened in the third fight? Go ahead.
Bo won that one.
Why?
Bo won that one.
Why?
Bo won the trilogy.
Why?
2-1.
Why?
What do you mean, why? He's
What was wrong
better.
with- What was wrong with he ain't have no heart problem?
Yeah.
Oh,
He did.
I mean, we don't. I said we
that
told.
same heart
Hold
problem,
on. Are we totally just gonna disregard that? That he had a.
It sound like we
He
supposed to.
retired.
Sound like we supposed to look
But
past.
guess what? Guess what? He came back. He came back, right?
But we talking about that fight that that's when he found out he had the heart problem, right? Or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah,
Right.
That is-
Because
yeah.
of that fight, right? So are we still counting that as like one of the greatest third fights of all time? Is that with the Thriller in Manila? That's what we
not.
compared it to.
It's
The
not.
third fight.
It's
Is that
not,
like the
dog.
Thriller in Manila with the heart problem?
It's
Still,
not.
do it still hold that much weight?
Oh my God. First of all, DB Tyson with the same heart problem.
He ain't had a heart problem then.
He did. And it was correct.
He did. They said he had a heart problem there. He had a heart problem there.
Corrected, bro. You know.
In that fight, they said he had a heart
Y'all
problem.
see this, right? Y'all see this. When
You
I
saw
come
the documentary.
my way,
You saw.
you always jumping with that, though.
No, we not jumping you. I
Okay,
just don't get
y'all
it.
was there. Did he have a heart problem in that Tyson
He
fight?
had the heart problem. He retired, but guess what? He came back, right?
3 years.
He
They
came
fought
back.
3 years later. They fought 3 years later.
We in the
He ain't
90s
have a heart-
now.
he
So
ain't
when he
have a
came
heart
back,
problem.
we in the 90s when he came back. We in the 90s. When he come back, we in the 90s, dog.
No problems. No problems.
Just
Beat him
saying.
easy too. Yeah.
I got.
But I'm just saying that really both third fight he did have the heart problem. Do you agree with that or no?
No, actually, it was the second fight. He had the heart problem.
Okay.
And
Do
he
you agree
won
with that? All right. Okay. What do you think though? Do you have a heart problem or no?
I think he had a heart problem, but he
Okay.
retired from that heart problem, right? He did that quick retire, but he had that fire spirit, and he came back, right? He came back.
But I'm saying, does that diminish the trilogy some because like he wasn't 100% in one of the fights?
No.
Because he wasn't 100% in one of the fights, that doesn't diminish it at all. Even if you got 100%, it's still the same.
So we gonna use that as an excuse.
That's an
All I
excuse.
know
It's
is-
hard.
If that's
All I know is Wilder ain't no Joe Louis.
I'm
No,
just
it's
saying.
hard.
That's your fault. That's your fault. You know
He
you
didn't
got a
know.
heart problem.
He didn't know he had a heart problem. He didn't know he had a heart problem. That's how he found
See, you
out.
can't.
You
In the
brutal,
fight.
man.
Right.
Anybody can
Yeah.
get a statue.
It's like,
Get your
if he
heart.
dies, he dies. If he dies, he dies. He
His heart.
dies.
He had a heart. He can't go anymore.
That's his fault.
That's his fault.
Yeah, but he came back, right? Did he come back?
Yes, they kissed it. They got his medication together for his heart.
That guy.
His heart.
Okay, so now
No, not his hands.
he
His
has a heart
hands wasn't
problem.
broke or nothing. It was
So
his
now he has a
heart.
heart problem. It's all fit. It's all fist. And now he can run it back, right?
Yes, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. We're happy about that. That's a blessing. He had a heart problem. Then they got him together. You don't want to say that.
You don't want to say that.
Yeah, say
All I know, Wilder ain't no Joe Louis.
Right. And anybody can establish.
And Larry Holmes is above Riddick Bowe in the top 5 in the 80s. That's what I know.
Right. And anybody can establish.
In that tape.
Man,
I'm saying it right there.
We need to put a poll up with this video. Put a poll
Real
up.
talk. What y'all think?
Put a poll up. Man, come on, man. That's crazy.
How do y'all? I want to know the next one we should rank.
With your top 5 and let people rank it. We're going to put your top 5 together and let people rank it. And if Riddick Bowe is below or above Larry Holmes, then you win. If he below Larry Holmes, then you got to admit that we ain't as crazy as we sound.
Right.
Y'all not crazy at all.
I think we should come up with the best trilogies though. Let's see where Riddick Bowe.
Maybe that's the next show.
Top 5 trilogies. Let's see where they're ranked. Yeah. If that's like
let's do that
high on the list. And we come up with any trilogy you can think of. Any trilogy we can think of. Let's see if they're in the top 5. That's cool.
Let's do that.
Division.
Try to do the research.
Right? Oh, cool. Okay.
Anyway division.
Okay.
Yes.
We got signed off. We was supposed to sign off maybe almost an hour ago, but
good content.
Not tempers, but it was we all passionate, and it's a great passionate. It's not like no hate each other like F you, nothing like that. It's more of a great, you know what I'm saying, vibe. I love it. You know what I'm saying. We need this, so I'm gonna close it out. I'm Romello Skuggs, signing off till the next time. Y'all have a good day and good night. Peace and blessings.
Peace, fellas.
Peace, fellas.
And this is Undisputed Spit. You dig?
I'd buy that for $1.